Welcome to Let's Play Lion King for the SNES! What's up, everyone? I'm What the Fnoo. Yes, the second game I will be doing for the 8-bit summer. The Lion King for the SNES, as if I hadn't said that already. Just real quick, I want to take a look at the options here. You've got several difficulties you can choose between, easy, normal, and difficult. Fitting name for a difficulty, don't you think? Although, really, the only difference between all of them is how many continues and lives you start with, so really, there's not that much of a difference. They don't change around enemy layouts or anything. You can also change your controls around in case 3 buttons is too difficult for you to remember. 2 when you're only child Simba. Yeah, you go through the whole gambit. You start as a kid, and then you become an adult. It's actually pretty interesting that way. You can turn the sound effects and music off, just in case they kind of bug you for some reason. You can also do a sound test if you're just kind of going through the music here. Or you're doing an online... oh, sorry, that's one of the better songs in the game. Hang on. I don't want to spoil that. Anywho, that's pretty much it for that, so let's hop right into things here.
It starts.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I really like how they stay true to the movie. This is a lot truer to the film than you might give it credit for. Than you might think it would be. Damn it, I'm sucking already. I need to start paying attention here. It's not that big a deal. You don't really have to pay that much attention during these first areas. As you see, Simba's got some moves of his own. He can run, he can roll, he can jump on enemies, but then there are some enemies that require something different. And let me tell you, this is something pretty interesting. Did you see that? Okay, I remember a lot of scenes from the movie. I remember Rafiki raising him up to the sun and becoming the prince of the Pride Lands. I remember Ska. I remember Be Prepared. I remember the elephant graveyard. I do not remember the scene in the movie where Simba went around roaring so hard at bugs that they exploded. Really now? How does a tiny little lion have the vocal capacity for something like that? That's incredible. But then again, we don't really understand animal language, so maybe what's actually happening here is he's actually saying something so hateful and derogatory to that beetle that it just can't stand to live anymore and just explodes. Damn, Simba, you're a dick. As you'll notice, we have 2 meters here. We have both our health meter, which I extended by collecting that red bug. We have our yellow meter, which is actually our roar. If that's too empty, our roar won't actually do anything to the enemies around us. So you need to watch that. And by the way, if you get hit, your roar meter also depletes. It goes back down to 0. It's a nice little incentive to keep yourself on top of things. Although the roar becomes kind of useless and much later in the game, as you have other attacks like the slash and whatnot that are infinitely more useful in different situations. To restore your health, you collect bugs, of course. Staying true to the movie once again. This bug is different, however. Picking that one up will actually activate a mini-game at the end of the level, which we're actually right close to here. And for the end, we fight a hyena? Wow, already. Jeez. I don't remember that happening in the Pride Lands. Even... these guys aren't that bad. You just wait for them to jump over you. The only real time the hyenas are dangerous is when they're in numbers.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
And that's it. Thanks for that insight, Mufasa. And that's it. We just move on to the minigame now. That's stage 1, everybody. Yeah, I never said this game lasted an eternity, did I? This minigame is really tricky. It all depends on the setup you get. Sometimes he'll drop fast bugs, sometimes he'll drop slow ones. You just need to keep your eyes open and realize what's dropping where. Sometimes you get a good setup, sometimes you get a bad one. Looks like I'm getting pretty lucky so far. Of course, I shouldn't be saying that, because now things are gonna get really bad for me. Just watch. You can get power-up bugs here as well. Sometimes Timon will actually drop bugs that... oh, well.
I ate like a pig.
Pumbaa, you are a pig. Ow. Wow! I think I just set a new record for myself there. Roar at monkeys. Yep, this is the Can't Wait to Be a King stage. And man, this stage is fun. And by fun, I mean agonizingly freaking annoying. If you don't know how this stage works, you are screwed. I died so many times on this level, I can't even tell you. As it said at the beginning, you have to roar at monkeys. Only pink monkeys, though. The blue ones don't give a shit. Now, that's not the annoying part, though. All you have to do is roar at the monkeys in a certain way. That's a small little puzzle element. It's not that bad, really. Your problems start right about here. This ostrich is one of the most finicky, just unbelievable things I have encountered in any video game. See that? Damn it! It told me to double jump. That's what I did. And guess what? I still died. For seemingly no reason. No reason at all. That thing is so finicky and so precise. You have to do it in just the right way. If you don't do it just so, just correctly, you're gonna die. You don't even get a second chance. It's just instant death. You don't lose health or anything. God, this stage pisses me off. Always had, always will. I did a practice run of this just the other day, and the frustration started all over again, just because I knew I was going to have trouble with this particular one. I didn't go ahead and beat the game. For those of you who are wondering, I still have unfinished business with this title. There we go, that's the timing. You gotta jump and then delay it. And when the camera moves forward a little bit like that, you know you're done with the ostrich stage. This is the second part I have a problem with, these tails. Now, it's really hard to explain, but it's not as self-explanatory as it looks. You can't just aim yourself in the general direction of the tail and Simba will grab onto it. No, you have to be spot on with these things, like many other things in this game. You have to grab it exactly so, and if you don't, you're gonna miss, you're gonna go in the water, and you're going to, guess what, instantly die. Now look at this part. They don't even give you the arrows. You just have to react. I understand trying to make things a bit more difficult, but really? At least they give you enough time. Or, you know, if you've memorized the stage to the point where you just know where everything's going to be ahead of time. Damn it. Dang. What the heck is going on with that death animation anyway? I mean, Simba's just in like this... Oh, it starts! It starts! Look at that! Did you see that just now? You can jump in the general vicinity of these things and Simba will not grab on. It's... Ugh, I hate this level. It's my one pet peeve here. I'm already down to 0 lives. I came into this with, what, 3? At least they have a 1-up right over here. They knew this part was bad. They just knew. It's a good thing I've grabbed a few of those suns. Those things are continues, by the way. I don't know if I talked... Well, actually, I do know for once. I distinctly remember not mentioning that. Wow. For once, I actually remembered something. I'm making progress, guys. How about that? Duck. Double jump. There we go. Oh, come on. All I want to do is get through this. The rest of the level is easy. All I have to do is get past this. Yes! Finally! Ay, Dios mío. Okay, that's it for that. And they even give us a checkpoint. Thank goodness. Roar at that monkey. You want to hit this rhino real quick. Just because, well, really quick. I'm sorry. More language that's been just programmed into me by my parents and the people around me. You roar at that monkey, and then you bounce on this guy. He'll throw you over here, we'll throw you here, he'll throw you up here, and boom. Here you are. This monkey's gonna throw you right there. You're gonna roar at him, and how do you get back to the other side? You don't want to bounce up to this guy because, well, he does nothing. Just throws you back down here. That's the end of the stage, right past that giraffe, by the way. And I don't think I explained this about those giraffes. They're temporary platforms. Dang it, I screwed that up. This episode is just going to be full of fail, I can tell you right now. Because like I said, the controls, they're good, but there are certain parts that just aren't as ironed out as I'd like, especially coming off of a game as ironed out and polished as Aladdin. It's just really, it does not feel like it needs to feel like, i.e., or for example, incredibly polished. I'm not even sure if I'm using that term correctly anymore. I.e., in example. I think that's what it means anyway. Boy. Yeah, and if you die, you gotta start all over again with the monkeys here. The only way to get back over and try again is to go on these logs here. You gotta time it correctly, too, because these things will sink as soon as you step on them. So just make sure you're doing everything in a timely manner here. There we go. Now we're just gonna go for a ride. Monkey ride. Dun, dun, boom. Dun, dun. Take it easy. I gotta say, this is kind of a fun stage, though. Grab that bug real quick so we're guaranteed a bonus stage. At least I think that's what that bug does. You really want to do well in the bonus stages, because eventually they will give you bugs that'll power up your various... what am I trying to say? Your various roaring abilities. Or you're roaring, you'll get health bugs. You'll get all kinds of things, actually. That was the wrong thing to do. You're supposed to roar at this guy again, I believe. And that will take you back over to where you need to be. Right? Am I correct? Don't make a fool out of me, game. Yep, there he goes. Whoa! Threw him to the moon. Jeez. Okay. Now we're doing bug hunt here. Buddy, you gotta be quick here, but also careful. There are good bugs and bad bugs in this game. Ow. The good bugs will actually give you health, roar power, things like that. Bad bugs will actually drain those things, though. There's a rule about it. Dragonflies and flies are both bad for your roar, I believe, as well as this one bug I don't remember the name of, and black widows. They're all problem bugs, and they'll give you trouble. However, I have a simple rule about it. Anything with long, skinny legs or transparent wings is bad for you, like that bug up there. That thing's bad for you because it'll drain a little bit of your health. See? It had long, skinny legs, so it's bad. Now, short, skinny legs, however, that's okay. Dang it. This hyena always gives me trouble. There we go. You gotta... Okay, there's a bonus bug right up there. I always feel nervous making that jump because look where it's placed. Right next to a pit. Ugh, I hate leaps of faith like that. It drives me crazy. We're not up to the point in the game where I just quit as a child. No, we're... Oops. I thought that was something else. I'm sorry. I thought there was a bonus down there. Never mind. Fast forward. No, Simba. Simba. Get off of... There we go. That was certainly the back-ass way about fighting that hyena, but at least it got done. Jeez. Okay, then. Oh, vultures. Ugh, these enemies are annoying. They drive me freaking crazy. They're not that bad, though. You just have to know how to fight them. That's what I was thinking of. That little spot down there. Ugh, you gotta move fast in here because platforms will fall out from underneath you if you're not quick enough. You know what's kind of interesting about this song? It's being used here, but... Oh, Oh, come on. Look. 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 You see that? I should be able to jump up there. I should. I'm hitting it. My sprite is completely covering that grapple point, and yet nothing is happening. Polish, man. Polish. That's all I'm asking, is a little bit of attention to detail. It's not a bad game, it's just I wish it would iron out just a tad more. It'd be perfect if it weren't for just the tiny little flaws like that. I guess I'm a nitpicker like that. I'm just obsessive compulsive. I want everything. It drives me crazy when things don't work the way they're supposed to. I've mentioned this before. When my computers break, when programs act funny, when there's things that happen that are out of the norm. I just don't like change. It's just part of my mindset. I don't like having things happen that are odd and strange. Now we gotta outrun the birdie boiler. Remember that scene in the movie? I find it kind of interesting how they do stuff like that. By the way, don't even try to get that bug right there. It's not worth it. These geysers are instant death, so don't even think you can get away with even touching them once. Like so many other things in this. Oh, screw you. I'm not fighting 3 vultures at a time and a hyena. Jeez. Really, man. It's also inconsistent. Notice how that vulture took 3 hits to kill. Not just 2 like his friends. Okay, look at this. There's a continue down there. These little things that bounce me up, they'll break after 1 hit. You have to be really careful about this. You have to judge in your mind just how much you want that continue and you want that 1-up. Is it worth it? For me, no. For you, maybe. It's all just, I leave it up to your discretion. Dang! Aerial hyenas. Jeez. The most dangerous kind. And remember, these guys take 2 hits apiece, so... Ah, dang it. And another one falls from the sky right afterwards. Oh, jeez. I gotta be careful here. 1 more hit and I'm toast. I'm almost done with the stage, too. Yes! Ha-ha! Victory! Look at that. Look at that! Scar just up there being a badass. That's awesome. It's little moments like that that keep this from being a bad game. Dang it! You see that? That's what I'm talking about. You get a good setup sometimes and you get a bad setup in that game. That was a bad setup. There was nothing I could do to get those bugs in time. And look at this. This is Mode 7 at its finest right here. I distinctly remember this being one of the coolest things I had ever seen on the SNES before Star Fox. This is intense. It's got the music and everything. Whoops. Can't run over there. You'll notice they throw rocks in your path too. However, there's a timing to them. I'm going to teach you how I get over these things. You look at the way they flash. You wait for the 5th flash. Count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's when you jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right on the 5th flash is when you jump. Other than that, it's just the same setup of wildebeest over and over again. If you memorize this stage enough, you can get through it absolutely no problem. It's just a matter of actually memorizing it. You play the level to learn the level to beat the level, really. 5. And there we go. That's that for that.
Kill him.
Kill him. They got the actual voice clips, too, which is a really nice touch. Oh, boy. This is where the game stops being fun, though. See that boulder that just passed by me? Those things are the bane of your existence in this level. You can dodge 1, but they'll keep coming. They'll keep dropping. Forever. Until you are dead. They will not let you go. Eventually, one is going to hit you, and it's going to hurt you. And speaking of boulders, you really want to be careful here because that boulder is an instant death. If you don't dodge that thing, you will die immediately, like so many other things in this game. That's my other pet peeve about this game, is that there's too many instant death traps. This game wouldn't be nearly as hard as it is if it weren't for all the insta-kill nonsense. I mean, really, what's the point of even having a health bar when most of the hazards knock you out in just one shot? Dang it! Ugh! Leave me alone! You're just constantly begging for some kind of reprieve. Some kind of rest. Oh, Jesus, man. Really? Oh, and by the way, we didn't hit a checkpoint either. Yep, 2 insta-kill boulders. All of these normal boulders dropping down and draining your life ever so slowly that seem to hone in on your position no matter where you are or how well you try to avoid them. And they still don't give you any kind of checkpoint. That's just the kind of game this is, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of a smoother difficulty curve would have made this so much... I'm not going to make it. I knew it. I just knew it from looking at that. I stopped for even half a second in that boulder chase, and I died because of it. Continues are kind of weird. I like to think of them as just 2 extra lives. That's if you're playing on normal, though. Easy, they give you 5 lives per credit. So that's really the only difference. I think you also get 2 continues as opposed to the 1 you have in normal. Now, get this. In difficult mode, you have... Damn it! Friggin' boulders, man. Oi.
Has returned.
The king has returned. Not yet, I haven't. Right now, I'm actually in the process of leaving Rafiki. I had an uncle who really liked Rafiki. Uncle Bill. More about my family, as if you guys wanted to hear about that. Uncle Bill's really cool. He's a funny guy. He always, he came up with a nickname for me when I was a kid. I feel kind of bad about this. When I was a kid, he used to call me Darkwing Duck, which, it was just kind of his pet name for me because I liked the show a lot. How do I keep falling into that trap? I need to learn to just stop there. Speaking of just stopping somewhere, it's been 22 minutes, guys, so next time on Let's Play Lion King for the SNES, we're hopefully gonna get through this stage. I will see you guys then. Later, everybody.